Well, if you don't want to give the answer, you can chat it. Okay. How many factors of production are there? For your information, we have 5 factors of production. Okay. The first one is land, labor, capital, organization, and technology. Technology is the new factor which has been added. Okay. So here, now in this, like I'm going to explain about labor cost. Why labor is important? First of all, we should know the concept, like why labor is important. Why labor is important? Why? Because, so here, how many factors I said? Like 5 factors of production. So here generally, like you people might have studied that there are only 4 factors, that is land, labor, capital, organization. Okay. So here, among these factors, labor is the only one factor with the given inputs, you can produce more and more output. There is a lot of scope of producing more and more output with a given input. For example, you take land as the example. So land with the given input, your output will be equal to input. Okay. Whereas capital also output will be equal to input. Okay. So here, whereas when you take the labor factor, that is with the given input, you can produce more and more output. How this is possible? This is possible by training the employees in the organization. Okay. So by training and development, this is possible. That's the reason labor plays significant role. This is the major resources which you are going to apply in the organization. Okay. This is the
Ma'am,
major. Tell me.
in previous class you told that you can show the pro forma for LIFO, FIFO.
That's what you add my name in the group so that directly I'll post it in the group. No.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, that's what I told. Like in the beginning of the class itself, I told you that, like, you add my name so that whatever pro forma is there, whatever you have been asking me, that I can post it in the group.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, got it?
Okay, ma'am.
So labor is the only factor. With the given input, you can produce more and more output. Okay. So here, uh, like in another verse, when you talk about the labor cost, so it is all about the efficiency of the labor. Efficiency of the labor, how this is possible by training and development of the people. People in the sense, here when I use the terminology people, what I mean to say that the employees or labor in the organization. So where you find labor in the manufacturing organization, in the like lower level of the organization, you find the labor, and the middle layer of the organization, you find the employees. The difference between employees, labor, we are going to pay the wages. For the employees, we are going to pay the salaries. This is the difference between labor and employee. Okay. So here, like it talks about this labor cost. Why this is important? This is why, because like this is important. It talks about the higher efficiency of the labor by lowering the cost of production. So why labor? Why training has to be provided to the employees? The training helpful for the employees here, not only for the developing the employees, also the development of the organization. So how the labor will be helpful in developing the organization? For example, like when training is provided to the employees. When training is given, automatically like there is a development in the organization. With the help of the training, what happens? Whatever resources are you are using in order to produce the finished good, so efficiency takes place. Efficiency in the sense, here the meaning of efficiency in the sense where there is a scope for reducing the cost, reducing the waste, and reducing the time. So with this, what happens? You can reduce the cost of production. When you are able to reduce the cost of production, what does this imply? This implies that your profit structure increases. So here you are able to increase your profits. When profits are increasing, then you can go for profit maximization. Then afterwards, you can go for wealth maximization. There is a lot of scope when training is provided to the labor in the organization. Okay. Here, when you talk about the labor cost, we have 2 types of cost: direct labor cost and indirect labor cost. So indirect labor, like direct labor cost, in the sense, which is directly incurred in order to produce the finished good. Okay. And indirect labor cost, like means it is the wages paid to the workers who are not directly engaged in converting or processing the raw material in order to produce the finished good. When directly involved, directly associated with the production part, then this is called as direct labor. So when not directly engaged in processing the raw material in order to produce finished good, this is called as indirect labor. Okay. So here, when you talk about the cost of labor cost, we have, like, we find in the organization, we find 5 departments. Make a note of it. 5 departments which deal with labor. Write this heading as 5 departments which deal with labor. First one is personnel department, Personnel, personnel department. Engineering department, timekeeping department, payroll department, and cost accounting department. You want me to repeat?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone want me to repeat the points?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. First one is personnel department, engineering department, timekeeping department, payroll department, and cost accounting department. Finished? So here.
Yes,
When you talk about the personnel department is all about, it is concerned with what? It is concerned with proper selection of the labor and training of workers. Okay. So here, training of the workers in the sense, again, once you train the workers, then like you are going to see the right place, right time, right place. Okay. So that here, whatever work is assigned to the labor, you get efficiency for the labor. So that is the personnel department. Engineering department in the sense, what this department will do, this department prepares and plans the specifications of the job. Okay, specifications of the job. That means that you're going to do the job analysis. It conducts the time and motion studies, and also it also makes the provision for the safe working conditions. Okay, so if safe working conditions are not there in the organization, people will not feel like working in the organization, isn't it? Okay, so people, the labor, the people, like, they don't feel like working in the unsafe working conditions. And also, like the engineering department, it also focus on supervising the production activities. Why? Because here, when you are giving some layout, when you are giving some plans, what exactly you have to prepare, what exactly you want to produce it. So how to produce it, what are the raw materials required, this and all will be taken care by the engineering department. And the timekeeping department. Timekeeping department, in the sense, this department is all about recording the workers' time. Okay, recording the workers' time in the sense, here I am talking specifically, I am talking about the attendance. Okay, attendance as well as the wage calculation. So here, in another words, when it comes to the cost accounting part, this is called as apportionment of labor cost. Okay, whatever the various jobs are done by the labor in the organization. So here it going to analyze the cost. Okay, the purpose is it going to analyze the cost, and also it apportion the labor cost. Okay, for the various jobs which is performed by the employee in the organization. And then payroll department. Payroll department, in the sense, here what you're going to do here, the department like maintain a record of job satisfaction. If the people in the sense, always remember that I use the terminology people generally. Why? Because so here I'm talking about the organization point of view. When I talk about the organization point of view, it implies that employees in the organization. So here, like this department, it maintains a record of job classification and also wage rate for each and every employee who is performing the function, who is performing the job in the organization. Okay, and here last one is cost accounting department. Cost accounting department, here what does this do? This classifies all the cost data, okay, like of the labor in the organization, and also it tries to analyze the payrolls and prepare the routine and special labor cost reports. Okay, so these are the general organization which you find who will control the labor in the organization. That is personnel department, engineering department, timekeeping department, payroll department, and cost accounting department. And here you already, like, you know, that personnel department, in the sense it is all about, this department is all about recruitment, discharge, and transfer. Okay, so this personnel department. So here, you may get problems on labor turnover. Okay, labor turnover, like how do you measure the labor turnover? Like we have like different methods, like we have separation method, we have replacement method, we have flux method, and we have like labor turnover due to new recruitment. These are the different methods which are there. Just focus on the numerical part also. So here for the separation method, for replacement method, we have formulas. Here, based on the formula, just you need to calculate it and then substitute the values, you get the answer. Okay, very simple problems you find to come across. Like these are the different methods which are there in the for the examination point of view. And here, next is like what are the causes for the labor turnover? Okay, so here the major cause, and when you talk about the causes of labor turnover, like you have two types of cause: avoidable cause and unavoidable cause. Yeah, avoidable cause in the sense here, what all will be included under this? Like it includes low wages, low allowances, laborers are not satisfied with the co-workers or supervisors, or it can be unsatisfactory working conditions, or it can be here generally in the organization you find like trade unions and all. You find like when there is a rivalry between the trade unions. Okay, lack of medical facilities. Here sometimes like company not able to provide the transport facilities also. So here, if there is lack of medical facilities or transport facilities, or sometimes what happens, inadequate job securities, and here like you will not get any retirement benefits, or if at all if you are getting in like retirement benefits, the benefits whatever you get it, that may be inadequate for you. Okay, so here these are the major avoidable causes. Here unavoidable causes in the sense, here it can be death, or it can be retirement, or it can be illness, or it can be accident, or it can be some domestic problems, or it can be some disciplinary grounds. Okay, it can be when the company is going with the seasonal products, it can be seasonal nature of business. Or if the company want to, generally what happens, company shifts from one location to the another location due to some non availability of infrastructure facilities. So when there is a change in plant location. Okay, and apart from that, like if there is any personal dislike for job or environment, or when people, that means that the employees changing from one job to the another job for the betterment. So these are the unavoidable causes. So here, when you talk about the cost of turnover, what are the different costs associated? Like preventive cost, replacement cost. Okay, so preventive cost in the sense, here here you talk about the cost of the personnel management, you talk about the cost of the welfare activities and services, you talk about the cost of the medical services, you talk about the pension schemes, you talk about if at all if the employee is getting any extra bonus or other perky sides. Okay, so this and all will come under preventive cost. And replacement cost in the sense, here generally what happens when when employees are moving from your organization to some other organization, then the company has to go for the new recruitment, isn't it? Then cost of the recruitment and selection of new employees, or cost of training of new workers, loss of output due to time gap in the recruitment of new workers, or it can be inefficiency. Generally when people newly recruitment takes place in the organization, again it takes time for them to settle down, isn't it? So till that time, so whatever the work done by them, like the work will be inefficient in nature. So here, or sometimes what happens, cost of the accidents due to lack of experience, and generally new workers, new employees, what they do, like the employees are not able to do in an efficient manner. Then what happens here? Like cost of the extra scrap, or whatever the work done by them, the work will be defective in nature. So these are the this and all will comes under the replacement cost. Okay. So here, when it comes to the engineering department, like engineering department, what I said, like it is preparation of plans and specifications and conducting time and motion studies. Generally, in the organization, when you talk about the labor cost, like work study is an important element. Why? Because work study, what is meant by work study? So it is the like it is a technique, okay, which involves some analytical studies. Okay, analytical study of what? Analytical study of jobs or operations. So here, what is the objective of this? The main objective of this work study is overall improvement in the production process. Okay, overall improvement in the production process, in the sense here how this is possible. This is possible when employees get training. Okay, we have to provide training to the employees. So here with this training, what happens? Here, whatever you're producing, for example, in order to produce 1 minute, if you are taking 10 minutes, okay, so when training is given, so this 10 minutes will comes to 5 minutes. So what you are doing? So earlier, without training, you are producing only 1 unit, but for 10 minutes, whereas now after training, you are producing 2 units for 10 minutes. So here, what is happening here? You will be able to save the time. You will like there is a lot of scope for reducing the loss of material, and apart from that, here there are so many, you can conduct the research where you can develop the new methods of work. Okay, so here ultimately, why all this you're focusing on? You're focusing on overall, at the end of the day, what the company want to reduce the cost of production. Okay, and here in the work study, like we have two techniques: method study and work measurement. Method study, it talks about the improvements in the methods. Okay, and try to establish the corrective methods, and also it tries to establish the data uh, uh, from which the process layouts and standard time can be produced. Okay, and here in the work measurement, here you talk about the time and motion study. In the time and motion study, you are going to talk about what is meant by motion study and what is meant by time study. See, motion study, like it talks about the movements of worker. Motion study, in the sense here, motion here in the sense, it is the movements of workers, movements of machines in performing the activities, in performing the operations. And here the main objective of this is to identify and eliminate the unnecessary and wasteful like movements, so that here whatever you're producing it, like you produce in an economical manner. Economical manner, in the sense, again reducing the cost of production. And here time study. So here this time study, it follows the motion study, and your time study means it is art of observing and recording the time which is required in order to do uh, each and every activity in a detailed manner. Okay, that is called as time study. And apart from that, here you are going to study about like what is job analysis, what is job evaluation. So here you can expect like what is like what is work study. So under this, like you have to talk about method study and work measurement. Again, you have to talk about the time and motion study. So this and all you have to write. Okay, if this question is asked, you can expect this question, that is work study, in the examination point of view. Okay, so here and apart from that, like you have like methods of time booking. The methods of time booking. So like you can expect a question on time booking. So, what are the different methods of time booking? Like you have job ticket, combined time and job card, and a daily time sheet. So, where you are going to record the employees' time and all. Okay, and then weekly time sheet. Okay, and piece work card. This and all you are going to talk in time booking. And apart from that, payroll department, which is very important. Like examine, you can expect this question in the examination. Okay. So what is payroll department? So here, when you talk about payroll department, like it is responsible for the uh, for computation and disbursement of wages. Okay, which is payable to the workers. So that in the payroll department, what exactly you're going to do? You're going to record the hours worked and you're going to record the wages earned. Okay, and here and also you tries to assess in such a manner that here, if at all, if any deductions are there, and then you determine the net amount which is due to the laborers in the organization. And here, the major function of this is to maintain a record of job classification, okay, department and wage rate for each and every employee in the organization. And also this payroll, what it states that like to compute the payroll deduction, to verify and summarize the time of each worker, okay, to maintain the permanent payroll record for each and every employee, and based on this, you have to make the payment to the labor, okay. And here under this, like what are the different sheets you're going to maintain? You're going to maintain like wages sheet. You're going to maintain. You're going to maintain a pay slip, okay. And generally, when you talk about the payroll system, like in the payroll system, like there are so many frauds takes place in the payroll system, okay, that is frauds in the payment of wages. So we have different types of frauds, okay. So like inclusion of payroll of dummy workers especially happens when you take the large scale organization, okay, in order to avoid risk, in order to avoid the taxation part, okay. And inclusion of wrong hours, or inclusion of overtime which is not taking place, but only the thing is you are including it. This is also one type of fraud, okay. Showing absent workers as present, and ignoring to mark the late arrival and early departure, okay. And use of wrong rate to pay in the payroll, and inclusion of bonus but not yet paid to the laborers, and intentionally like failing to record the deduction, and manipulation in the payment of wages. These are the general frauds which takes place in the organization. So yeah, then you can ask me like how to prevent the frauds, okay. Yeah, one first and foremost thing is issuing the identity card to the laborers. Okay, so with this, what happens? Like you cannot include dummy workers in the organization, and here, like whatever the wage sheet you are preparing, it is properly signed by all the persons who are responsible for preparing that particular sheet. Okay, and here, when generally what happens, the company will pay the wages on the piece basis. Okay, see whatever the quantities are produced, okay, should be certified by the competent inspector. And here, if at all, if overtime, like workers are doing overtime, then recording the overtime, okay, which helps the for paying overtime payment. And sometimes, like what I said, the fraud in the sense, like if there are no overtime also, like they are recording the overtime, but generally exactly it is happening in the organization or not, that you need to find out, okay. So these are the some ways where you can prevent the frauds in the organization, okay. So here, and one more thing is when you talk about the labor idle time in the sense, like without yielding any revenue is called as idle time. So idle time, it can be for the human resource who is working for the organization, it can be machinery, it can be money, okay, it can be time, okay. So here, this and all, if the company is not going for optimizing the resources, optimization of resources, okay, then what happens? Idle times takes place, idle times for the resources. For example, here, I'll tell you, the demand in the market, whatever you're producing it, the demand for the product in the market is only 10 units, but you bought a machinery which can produce 50 units. So every day you're producing 10 units. So what is the capacity of the machinery? Capacity of the machinery is 50 units. So here, only how many units you are producing? 10 units you are producing. What is the difference? 40 units is the difference. So 40 units is the idle resource of the machinery. So able to can produce 50 units, but the thing is you are utilizing the capacity. You are not going for optimum utilization of the capacity. So same as when labor has to work for 8 hours, but the thing is labor are working only for 6 hours, and 2 hours is the idle resources. Yeah, when money here, in order to incorporate the organization, what you're doing, you're borrowing the money and then investing in the organization in order to start the operations. So here, when you're not properly utilizing the money which has been borrowed, then what happens? It becomes here idle resources. Idle resources in the sense it will not yield any returns. When it is not, for example, when you take money as an example, if you're not yielding any resources, what happens? Liability increases. Why? Here, liability increases. What is liability here? Your It is not the personal money which has been invested in the organization. Instead, it is borrowed money. So, for borrowed money, again, what you have to pay? You have to pay the interest also. So, if interest is increasing, if interest is compounding, then what happens? Liability in the organization increases. That's the reason every company focus on optimization. So that is whatever the resources are employed in the organization, utilizing those resources to the optimum extent. Okay, why? Because so that you can reduce the cost of production, you can increase the profits, you can go for the profit maximization, you can go for the wealth maximization. These are the advantages you are going to get. Okay, so here, yeah, for idle resources also, like we have problems, like small problems are there, which you can expect, like for the short bit. And then, like you have labor remuneration, okay, which is very important. And in this, like we have different methods. You have like apart from that, like you have like numericals also for this, and labor remuneration. What is meant by remuneration here? Remuneration in the sense, here you talk about the monetary earnings of the employee. So remuneration of labor means here you're talking about the monetary earnings. And here, monetary earnings in the sense, what all will be included? We are going to include the wages according to the time, or if the company is going based on the time, then we are going to record based on the time. If you are going to record on a piece basis, then we are going to record on a piece basis. How many units have been produced by the labor? So that many, for that many units, you are going to pay for the labor. Okay, so here, and apart from that, if at all, if any financial incentives the company is paying for the workers, okay, so that financial incentives also will come under labor remuneration. And here, like the efficiency in the production. So what, in the labor part, we always talk about the efficiency in the production process. Why? Because these are the people who are going to employ in the production department in order to produce, in order to process the raw material and produce the finished good. Okay, the efficiency in the production, it can be increased by using the improved equipment. Improved equipment in the sense, yeah, as I said in the beginning of the class, like I told, you have 5 factors of production. What is the 5th factor? Technology is a factor. So here improved equipment in the sense, here we are talking about the technology. When you are implementing the technology in the organization, then what happens? Here you can go for the efficiency. Here technology reduces the time, reduces the waste, and reduces the scrap. Okay, that's the reason technology has been added as 5th factor of production. Okay, so here we have different methods. The time rate system, we have time rate system and piece rate system. Okay, so here under time rate system, you have like 2 methods: conventional method and incentive plans. Here under conventional, if at all, if you take this one, methods of labor remuneration. So if at all, if this theory questions comes in the examination, whatever I'm giving you, just draw the chart, then explain each and every element, you can score the marks. Okay. Methods of labor remuneration. Methods of labor remuneration. Okay. First, take the T diagram. Conventional methods. Conventional methods. And the second one is incentive plans. Incentive plans. And the conventional methods again are of 2 types: time rate and piece rate. PIECE, piece rate.
Ma'am, can you repeat once again?
Conventional method. Conventional method. And the second one is incentive method. INCENTIVE. Incentive method. Okay. Under conventional method are of 2 types: time rate and piece rate. time rate and piece rate. Under incentive method, you have 4 types. Okay. First one is individual incentive plans. Individual incentive plans. Second one is group incentive plans. Group incentive plans. Third one, incentive plans for indirect workers. Incentive plans for indirect workers. Fourth one, indirect monetary incentive. Indirect monetary incentive. And the last one, non-monetary incentive. Non-monetary incentives. Okay? Finish?
Ma'am, fourth one once repeat, ma'am.
Indirect monetary incentive. Finish? It's better you add my name in student group, no? So that what happens, so anything important information, just I'll take the pic and share it in the group.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So here under individual incentive plans again are of 2 types. Individual incentive plans are of 2 types. Amma, anyone can on the video so that I can check. Individual incentive plans are of 2 types. Premium bonus plans. Premium bonus plans and differential piece rates. Second one is differential piece rates. Differential piece rates. Finish? You need to talk to me. Finish?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So under premium bonus plans, first one is Halsey plan. Halsey. Halsey. Halsey plan. Second one is Halsey Weir plan. WEIR. WEIR. Weir plan. Third one, Rowan plan. Rowan plan. Fourth one, Emerson plan. Emerson's plan. Fifth one, Bedaux's plan. BEDAUXS.
Can you repeat, ma'am, last one?
BEDAUXS plan. Bedaux's plan.
Ma'am, can you repeat fourth one?
Emerson. EMERSON. Okay. Now, Differential piece rates. Come to that. Taylor's plan. Taylor. Taylor plan. Next, Merrick's plan. Merric. ICKS. Merrick's plan. Third one, Gantz. Gantts. Gantts. Gantz plan. Is this clear? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Here, time rate system. Time rate system in the sense when workers paid according to their time. Okay. Here, then this is called as time rate system. Okay. And here, where which type of company this time rate system is suitable. Okay. It is suitable where the quality of work is more important than the quality. Then you go with the time rate system where output cannot be measured in the quantitative terms, then also like a time rate system you go with, where work is done on a small scale, okay, and also worker is a learner, okay, where the worker is a learner, then only you go with the time rate system. And what are the advantages? The advantage is this method is very simple. It will have security to the workers. Here, quality of work will be maintained in the organization. It is accepted by by the trade unions, and it is economical in nature. These are the advantages you are going to get with when the company is going for time rate system. Disadvantages in the sense here, no incentives, in the sense here, like you'll not have any positive inducement to the workers in order to improve the performance. Okay, low quantity, why? Because you're going with the time rate system. Okay, when you're going with the time rate system, then the quantity of the post produced will be very less comparatively others. Okay, so here low quantity and extra supervision cost. Why? Because you are supervising each and every unit, whatever you're producing in your organization, for extra supervision you need to pay. So that will be the extra cost for that. And you're sometimes costing difficulties also you're going to face. And apart from that, you will face idle times. That means that workers will waste lot of time, resulting in the increase in the idle time. So these are the major disadvantages you're going to face with the time rate system. The second one is piece rate system. So here, generally, how you are going to calculate piece rate system? So how do you calculate the wages? Rate per unit and rate per unit into number of units produced. This is a formula where you are going to apply in order to calculate the piece rate system. And here, to which type of organization this piece rate system is suitable? Piece rate system is suitable when production is standardized, okay, and when the production is repetitive in nature, continuity production process is there, then you go with the piece rate system here. And what are the advantages you're going to get? You get incentives to the efficient workers. You can increase the production. Whenever you are increasing the production, you are able to reduce the cost of production. And then you go with the equitable policy and decrease in the need for the supervision, okay. And then you simplifies the costing part, okay. And this particular method, it is very simple and easy, okay. Disadvantages in the sense you're producing in lots, isn't it? In like you're going with the mass production, so your poor quality of work takes place in the organization, and no security for the wages, misuse of materials and equipment takes place. And here, this particular method, it is opposed by the trade unions. And difficulty, yeah, such production process, it you find difficulty in fixing the piece rate system. And here, this piece rate system is not suitable, okay, like in certain cases like where the work is artistic and refined natures. So for this type of method is not suitable. Okay, and then here you have some incentive plans. You have like the Halsey premium plan. Okay, this is also for this you have formula. So this you can expect an external point of view. Just what you do, just read the problem once, and then what all given in the problem, write the working notes, write the formula, substitute the values, you get the answer. Okay. So the formula for calculating Halsey premium plan is total earnings. How do you calculate total earnings? Time rate into time taken plus 50% of the time saved and time rate. So this is the formula which is already there in your textbooks. Okay. So simply substitute the values, you get the answer. Same as row one plan, also you have the formula. Like simply substitute, you get the answer, and problems are very simple in nature. Like no and complication will not be there. Only the thing is reading problem is very important. You read it, what all given in the problem, try to write the working notes, and then write the formula, substitute the values. Okay. And here one more question you can expect in external point of view, that is comparison of RC plan and Rogan plan. Okay. So comparison, how do you compare? The comparison generally takes place in terms of bonus, in terms of earning per hour, in terms of effect on labor cost. Okay, this type of comparison takes place, and then you have differential piece rate system. It is also called as multiple piece rate system, which was given by Merrick. Okay, this is also only the thing is whatever the formulas are there, like write down all the formulas in a book, and then mug up those formulas and then start doing the problems. So it is there in the textbook, it is there, problems are there. You can do the exercise also is there. You try to practice those problems. And then like incentive plans, what all. And the major questions which you can expect in the examination point of view are numericals are very important. Go through the numericals. And apart from that, you can expect what is the difference between direct and indirect labor cost. Okay. And just in this, what you have to do, you have to highlight the importance of both direct labor and indirect labor. And apart from that, you can expect what do you understand by labor turnover. Okay, what are the various causes associated for the labor turnover? This is also very important question. And in this, like what you have to write, what is when the labor turnover, and then how it is measured, and what measures do you what are the measures you are going to include in order to reduce the labor turnover. So this and all you have to write for this question. And then distinguish between job evaluation and merit rating, and casual workers and out workers. And even you can expect in like in small bits, work study and method study, piece rate system and differential rate system, the differentiation between these two also you can expect the question. And in the essay question, like you can expect what are the methods of wage payment, what are the different methods are there for the wage payment. This is very important. Okay, so under that, under piece rate system, like we have Taylor piece rate system, Rowan scheme, Emerson efficiency plan. So this and all you have to explain it. And here apart from that, they may ask you short notes, what is job evaluation, what is non-monetary incentives, what is profit sharing and co-partnership, what is differential piece rate system, what is the difference between normal and abnormal idle time. And then you can expect question like difference between timekeeping and time booking. And essay questions, like you can expect state the basic points in the Halsey premium bonus scheme, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of the scheme. And you can expect question on distinguish between ideal time and ideal capacity. And uh, like this can be general question. And for the effectiveness of the financial control, what are your suggestions? So whatever you feel like suggesting for efficiency, overall for efficiency in the sense overall where the company can go for reducing the cost of production, that you assume, and then you try to give the answer, give your own suggestions. Okay. Suggestions for what? Suggestions for the betterment of the organization. And as I said, like there are so many numericals are there. Numericals are not tough. Go through the numericals, go through the formulas, and just simply substituting the values. No much calculations is there, so that you can do it. And till now, what all I explained. Do you have any questions? If at all, if you have any questions, you can ask me. You people have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Hmm? Just go through the points. What all points I give, I'll give you all 2 minutes time. Just go through that. If you find it any difficult in understanding any concept, like you can ask me questions. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Am I any questions?
No, ma'am.
You're in your textbook. Problems are there.
Yes, ma'am.
You can. Last class will make it as a numerical class. So we will solve problems, small problems. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Even match the following is there. Amma, what about others in the class? Do you have any questions?
No, madam.
మా అందరికి అర్థమవుతుందా?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm?
Ma'am.
అమ్మా చెప్పమ్మా. చెప్పమ్మా. Okay, fine.
Ma'am, it's simple average method, page number 100. We are not able to understand how to
లో
calculate.
ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ ఉండదంట మ్యామ్.
Page number 100. Amma, can you be a little bit louder? I can't hear you.
Page number 100.
ఏంటమ్మా?
Sim-
Stores
simple
ledger
average
కదా?
method.
అదే
Simple average method.
సింపుల్ యావరేజ్ మెథడ్. ఓకే,
Yes, ma'am.
ఇక్కడ చూడండి అమ్మా. ఇప్పుడు యూ హ్యావ్ లైక్ డేట్ కాలమ్ ఈస్ దేర్, receipts, issues and balance. These are the four columns. Okay, receipts low again, like you don't consider GRN, just take quantity, rate and amount, quantity, rate and amount. అర్థమైందా?
Yes.
కొంచెం గట్టిగా మాట్లాడండి, నాకు వినపడట్లేదు మీ వాయిస్. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు చూడండి. ఇప్పుడు వాట్ ఈస్ ద క్వశ్చన్? వేర్ ఈస్ ద క్వశ్చన్?
Page number 97.
Page number 97. April 1st. చూడండి ఇక్కడ ఇప్పుడు ఏప్రిల్ 1st బ్యాలెన్స్ 300 యూనిట్స్ 2 రూపీస్ ఉంది కదా ఇక్కడ అమ్మా. ఏప్రిల్ 1st.
Yes, ma'am.
ఓకే,
Ma'am, I don't understand Telugu, ma'am.
అమ్మా.
Telugu don't understand, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, so here it is April 1st. So what is the balance given in the problem? 300 units, which is costing per unit is 2 rupees, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so April 1st, what you are doing in the receipts column, you are putting dash dash dash. Issues also you are putting dash dash dash, and in the balance part your total quantity is 300 and then amount is 600. 300 into 2 is 600. This is clear?
Yes.
Okay, now come to April 2nd. Purchases. He is purchasing. Purchasing in the sense you have to write under, you're always purchasing in the sense you have to write under receipts column. Okay, so how many units is purchased? 200 units, which is costing 2 rupees 20 paisa. Okay, so here you put under quantity 200 and rate is 2.20 and amount is 400 rupees. 400 also, 1 second. Let me multiply. 200 into 2.20. 440. అమ్మా ఇక్కడ తప్పేసాడు చూడు అక్కడ. Corrected. 440 it is. Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Amma,
ma'am.
you need to talk to me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so they gave 400, it is wrong. So you put 440. 200 into 2 rupees 20 paisa is 440.
Okay,
Got it?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 440. And issues column you put blank, dash dash dash, and come to the balance. Balance here earlier it was 300 units and now how many units you purchased? 200 units, 500 units. 300 plus 200 is 500. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now here what is the value? 440, no? 440 plus 600 is 1040. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now April 4. April 4 issues are there. So how many units? 150 units. So under receipts column you are going to put dash dash dash. Under issues, how many units is required in the production department? 150 units. So 150 you are doing. 150 you write the under quantity column. Okay, and now here what is the price? Here 220. The balance price is 2 rupees and the quantity purchased 200 units, the per unit value is 2 rupees 20 paisa. That is, you add 2 rupees plus 2 rupees 20 paisa divided by 2. You get 2 rupees 10 paisa. Is this clear? Is this clear? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 2 rupees 10 paisa. So how many units is production department want? 150 units. 150 into 2 rupees 10 paisa. It comes to 315 rupees. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 315. Now come to the balance column. So total how many units is available? 500 units. From 500 units, how many units have been issued? 150 units. 500 minus 150, 350 is the balance. Okay, and 1040 was the amount. 1040 minus 315, that is 725. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now come to April 6. April 6, purchases 200, 2 rupees 30 paisa. 200, 2 rupees 30 paisa. How much this is coming to? 200 into 2 rupees 30 paisa, 460. Okay, that is 460. It is given correct only. So here, what is the balance units left over? 350 units left over, isn't it? 350 plus 200 units purchased. 350 plus 200 is 550.
Yes, ma'am.
This is okay? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what is the balance amount? 725. 725 plus 460. It is 1185. 725 plus 460. 460. 1185. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now again come to April 11th. How many units issues are there? 150 units. So how do you determine the selling price? Here, first is 2 rupees. Second one is 2 rupees 20 paisa. Third one is 2 rupees 30 paisa. So add these three. 2 rupees plus 2 rupees 20 paisa plus 2 rupees 30 paisa divided by 3. How much this is coming to? 2 plus 2.2 plus 2.3 divided by 3. Six 6.5 divided by 3. Amma, 2 rupees 16 paisa. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here 2 rupees 16 paisa into 115. Okay, 2.167 into 150 units. 325 rupees. Okay, amount is 325 rupees. And then again, balance 550 minus 150, you get 400. And 1185 minus 325, you get 860. Likewise, you do it. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts?
Ma'am, this next April 19, only 200 is given.
Which one?
How we can consider next April 19 in the question, page number 97.
Okay, I've closed the book. 1 second. April 19, 200 is given, isn't it? Okay.
Yes.
So here,
So,
see, we are taking only 220 and 230. 2 rupees 20 paisa and 2 rupees 30 paisa. Why we are taking only 2? Why we are not taking 2 rupees, which was earlier like 300 units? Why? Because, see, how many units has been issued? 150 units on 4th of April and 11th of April, 150 rupees. Sorry, 150 units. So 150, 150, 300. So 300, whatever the balance was there at the beginning of this thing, 300 units, that is completed, isn't it?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's the reason we are not considering 2 rupees here while calculating the selling price for the issues. 300 units is done. If 300 units is not done, instead of 300, 400 rupees balance was there at the beginning of the month, then what you'll do, again, you take 2 plus 2 rupees 25 paisa, 20 paisa plus 2 rupees 30 paisa. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Your balance is not there. So 150 was issued on 4th of April and another 150 units was issued on 11th of April. So 150, 150, 300 is done. That's the reason we are taking only 2 rupees 20 paisa plus 2 rupees 30 paisa.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Understood? Any other questions?
Yes.
Okay. Next class also, whatever till now, whatever I've completed, go through the book. You have any questions, put it on the paper. And next class, when I come, like 5 to 10 minutes, we will discuss that, and then I'll continue my class. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, do that. And meanwhile, you add my name in the group. And if at all, if you have any doubts, you can ask me questions. Like whenever I am free, I'll give you the answers for that. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Shall I wind
ma'am.
up the session?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
bye.
Ma'am,
Chepamma.
I'll send you a group link. You may add the.
Okay, fine. You send the link. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Okay, bye.